Hey there, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Um, I'm laying here close to my doggy who got her first scissor haircut yesterday. And she looks terrible. But I picked her up yesterday and she was just made a hot mess. So I had to do something and I took to the scissors because she was all covered in really dirty rust as her whole body was covered. So I couldn't leave her like that. And I can see she feels so much better with it. Cookie. Cookie. Yeah, she looks like really funny. Okay, so today we have a special date. It's the 18th of the 9th of 2018, and if you leave the 2000 out, you get numerologically to a 999 day, which for me is a day, 999 for me symbolizes the energy of ending and, well, transmutation, I would guess. So this was really appropriate for me today, and in several ways there was endings and transmutations going on, and I hope so for my life in general, because since I came back from Germany I have not been able to arrive here at all, and have been walking around a bit like a zombie. I have not been able to sleep well, so I was always waking up at 2 a.m. and then not able to go back to sleep, and that kind of got to me, and I didn't want to eat and I didn't want to drink, and I just was in this really strange in-between space between Europe and Peru. I didn't really want to arrive here because I felt I just felt some attachment to a situation in Europe which I didn't want to let go of, I guess. So today, appropriately for the 999 day, the situation shifted, and I hope I can let go of that, even though it is painful. So I thought I would talk about pain in general, especially the pain which is the separation pain, and by that I mean the original separation pain from God or source, whatever you want to call it. So okay, what I'm going to talk about now is my mind constructs. I don't know if you perceive it that way, but I think that in the beginning we were all like drops in the ocean, all merged, and all part of what we call source or God. And then we kind of began to individuate in chunks, in bigger chunks, because, because source or God, which we are part of, wanted to experience things and wanted to, send out parts of himself, which is us, to go out in the world and experience stuff. So I think we first separated in bigger chunks, which was maybe not that painful. I don't know, maybe it was already very painful because we fell out of the soup of oneness, and then we kind of started to separate in smaller chunks and always smaller chunks, and I think every time it was more painful, and in the end we separated one more time. We split up in two, which would be a male and female part, and which would be commonly referred to as twin flames. I don't really like that word because it's so overused and so abused, and I don't think that usually people get to meet their twin flames. I mean, that must be something really very exceptional, because as I read or as I read, twin flames are not commonly both incarnated at the same time on this earth, but just more like one being in spirit and one being incarnated. Okay, so I would say that, like, in the bigger chunks, the people we kind of separated from source from with, and then kind of fell into smaller and smaller chunks, that those people are our soul family. And the smaller the chunks would be, the closer the soul family would be. Well, that's just my interpretation. Okay, so obviously this whole process is tremendously, tremendously painful. I would say it must be, or maybe a little bit like what a baby feels when it's born. Because, before it's born, it's still in union, in complete union with the mother in the womb. And then it comes out and the world is cold and noisy and unfiltered light and just harsh, I would say. At least I think that's what it feels like to be born. Probably, I don't know. I mean, depends on how you get born, I would guess, but still. So for me, I think we all carry that original separation pain inside of us. And I think that this pain, if it is not addressed, kind of really directs our life in unconscious ways, and we feel it when we separate from a loved one, or when people pass who are close to us. From a human perspective, it feels like we are never going to see them again, at least when they pass, not when they go travel or something like that. But still, it can be extremely painful. And I think that pain really originates from this original separation pain. So, okay, given this construct is real, what can we do about it? I'm in no way thinking that I can really teach you how to access the separation pain. I only know that it's very important to try and access it and kind of empty out this big bucket of pain which we all carry inside of us, if my theory is real. So what has helped me, because it is not easy to access the separation pain at all. What has helped me, and where I have been able to touch on that, is whenever I have met soul family over the years. So whenever I have met people from my close soul family, there was this imperative desire to somewhat merge with those people, which usually did not happen because life didn't want it that way. And when that did not happen, in whatever shape or form, there was a tremendous, tremendous pain, a deep pain, totally blown out of proportion, which I at first did not understand. So I would just sit on my bed and cry. So I would just sit on my bed and cry for hours on end, until I understood that this intensity I was feeling was just way too strong to be explained, just, like in human terms or in the terms of the life situation I was in. And I have felt, because this has not happened just once to me, but several times, that this has helped me tremendously to kind of access this pain and really empty out a bit of the bucket of pain which I was carrying inside of me, and thus maybe be able to not feel the separation pain just as much, because I have trust that that sounds strange, but I have trust that there is no real separation, at least not between people of the same soul family, because once you meet and you kind of recognize them, there's no real separation anymore between you and those people, because once you carry them in your heart, they are there, and it's difficult to lose them again, even though you don't share a physical space or something like that. Okay, this is getting a bit long. I hope that makes any kind of sense, and I'm going to stop talking now. Bye bye.